Kak Jasmine. Halo Kak Zia. Halo Kak Aiman.
Say hi please, friends.
Halo Kak Ica.
You can unmute yourself.
Long time no see you. I very miss you. Hai Kak Nasya. Okay, Kak Rizky, where are you? And Kak Nuril.
Rizky, Nuril, turn on the cam please. We are ready. Nuril, Rizky. I still have a superpower. Yay! Yay!
Hai Kak Rizky. Hai Kak Nuril. Okay. How are you today? Have you eaten today?
Fine.
Oh, fine. Good. Have you eaten today?
Yes.
Yes. Good. Very great. Your sleep is enough tonight?
Yes.
Good. So, before we start the lesson, it will be better if praying together. Praying start. Finish. For the motivation today, Miss Happy has a song. So we will singing together. Okay, the song is here. Do you hear it, my dear student?
Yes.
Okay, let's start to sing.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, while I was sleeping, I dreamt I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, while I was sleeping, I dreamt I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and cried.
Okay, thank you. Do you like the song, my dear student?
I doesn't like it.
You doesn't like it? Why? Why, Kak Nasra? Kak Nasra?
It's my playtime song. The song is little bit not good.
Oh, not good. So what the song do you like? So what the song do you like? Kak Nasya, what the song do you like? Hello, can you hear me? Okay. So I will share the materials today. Okay. Do you have any idea for the lesson today, my dear student? Do you have any idea? Okay, today we will learn about in the planetarium. So, do you want to be? What do you want to be? Do you want to be astronaut?
Fat?
No. You don't want to be astronaut.
No, I
Hmm.
doesn't like astronaut.
You doesn't like astronaut. So what do you want to be? What do you want to be?
Among Us?
Among Us. Do you want, do you want to be Among Us here? Yes, you playing Among Us, right?
A little bit.
Like the game.
Guys,
Uh,
I'm not playing Among Us again.
you don't playing Among Us again. Okay.
My Among Us
Because-
broken. My Among Us is broken and I can't play it again.
Because
So
Among Us
sad.
is
Among Us is
Among Us
excellent
is fun
game.
but hard.
it's an old game actually, but it's trended at 2020.
That's okay. So I have a game for today. So waiting the time game, okay? Okay. What do you have a goals? Maybe you want to be a teacher, maybe you want to be a pro player, or you want to be pilot, doctor, and anything. If you
Wanna
have
be
a
pro player.
pro player, it's okay. Good. Yeah. If you have a strong desire, then the whole universe will work to make it happen. So you just try hard and yes, have a strong desire. Okay, my dear student. Okay, the objective for today, able to define the meaning of vocabulary about solar system, able to spell and pronounce the given vocabulary, to word extraterrestrial object and solar system correctly. So I have a video. Yes, for today. The video is here. Okay. Can you hear the video?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's watching.
Our solar system. Have you ever looked up into the sky and wondered what was there? Higher than the birds, past the clouds, and farther than the moon, a whole host of fascinating objects spin in outer space. Let's imagine for a moment that we can leave the Earth behind and explore the solar system that surrounds it. We call it the solar system because everything in it is centered around the sun, and solar means something to do with the sun. The sun is a star, just like many of the stars that you can see in the night sky, just many times closer to us. Still, the sun is very, very far away from the Earth, almost 93 million miles away. That's why it looks so small, even though it's the biggest object in the solar system. In fact, the sun makes up more than 99% of the mass in the solar system. If you put all of the planets, moons, asteroids, comets, and everything else in the solar system together, they would make up less than 0.25% of it. The sun is so big that it's more than 100 times wider than the Earth, and if it were a giant jar, you could fit more than 1 million Earths into it. More than that, the sun is what holds the solar system together. Its massive gravity is what keeps the Earth and all the other planets circling around it instead of drifting off into space. The sun is also what allows us to live on Earth. Without the sun, there would be no heat. There would be no light. Plants could not grow. Water would freeze, and nothing could survive. The sun gives us heat and light because it is always burning. It is a giant ball of gas, mostly hydrogen and helium, and it burns at millions of degrees in its center. Let's leave the sun now to explore the planets. As we move away from the sun, the first planet we will encounter is Mercury. Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system, much smaller than Earth, and one of only 5 planets you can see from Earth using nothing but your eyes. Of course, it won't look much like a planet. It looks more like a bright star, and many nights you can see it close to the horizon near sunrise and sunset. Mercury is a lot like our moon. It's small and has a rocky surface with craters on it. It has no moon of its own and no air to breathe. You probably wouldn't enjoy a visit to Mercury, since temperatures are boiling hot in the sun and freezing cold in the shade. Something interesting about Mercury is that it is the fastest planet to go around the sun. It only takes 88 days. Next is Venus, the second planet. Some people call Venus Earth's sister because the two planets are very close in size and gravity, but they are very different on the surface. First of all, it is very hot. Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system. It's not as close to the sun as Mercury, but its thick atmosphere of carbon dioxide helps it to trap the heat and stay warmer than its neighbor. It has a thick atmosphere, but it is not one you could breathe. It is mostly made of carbon dioxide, and there are clouds of sulfuric acid. Venus might not be fun to visit, but it is beautiful to look at. It is the second brightest object in the night sky. The only thing brighter is the moon. If you are looking at a sunrise or a sunset and suddenly notice what looks like a very bright star, you are probably looking at Venus. After Venus comes Earth, the third planet from the sun. Of course, you know all about Earth because that's the planet where we live. Earth is what's called a Goldilocks planet because it's not too hot and not too cold. It is just right. As far as we know, Earth is the only planet to have living things. Let's leave Earth again for a moment, though, and visit Mars, the fourth planet from the sun. Mars is known as the red planet because iron oxide, a material like rust, in the soil gives it a reddish color. Mars is smaller than Venus and the Earth, but larger than Mercury. It is cold and rocky, with a thin atmosphere made of carbon dioxide and oxygen. There is water ice on Mars. Scientists are very interested in Mars because they think that people could live there with the help of some special equipment. Rockets and probes have already been sent there to gain more information about the planet. Right now, there are 2 special robots exploring the surface of Mars, sending information back to Earth. Mars is the first planet we've visited today besides Earth to have its own moons. It has 2, although they are not big and round like our moon. Mars's moons are small and irregular. Scientists think they may be captured asteroids. Maybe they came from the big asteroid belt that is between Mars and Jupiter. An asteroid belt is a big ring of asteroids, or rocky objects, orbiting the sun. Jupiter comes next, the 5th planet in the solar system. Jupiter is the largest planet and is something called a gas giant. It is called this because it is really big and made mostly of gases. Jupiter is so big that you would have to place 11 Earths end to end just to stretch across its middle. Jupiter is also the 3rd brightest object in the night sky. Only Venus and the Moon are brighter. You can usually find Jupiter higher in the sky than Venus, since Jupiter is away from the Sun and not towards it. Jupiter has at least 67 moons that circle around it, but 55 of them are very small, only about as big as a mountain or smaller. Some of its moons are very large, and at least 2 of them are about the same size as the planet Mercury. One of its moons is the largest moon in the solar system. Some of these large moons can be seen from Earth in your backyard with a telescope. People cannot land on Jupiter because it is made of gas. There is no ground to land on. Even if there was somewhere to land, Jupiter is covered by terrible storms, much stronger than even the strongest storms on Earth. One storm that we know about can be seen from Earth. We call it the Great Red Spot because that's what it looks like, and it has been going on for at least 200 years. After Jupiter comes Saturn, another gas giant. Saturn is famous for its beautiful rings. Although they look solid from a distance, the rings are actually made from many, many small ice particles, as well as rocks and dust. Saturn also has more than 60 moons orbiting around it, some as large as the planet Mercury, and many smaller. Something interesting about Saturn is that even though it is very large, it is not very dense. That means that if you could find a bathtub large enough to put Saturn in, it would float instead of sink. Saturn is the farthest planet that can be seen from Earth without the help of a telescope. After Saturn comes Uranus, the 7th planet from the Sun. Uranus is another gas giant, but it is much smaller than Saturn and Jupiter. Unlike any other planet in the solar system, it is tilted so much that it actually spins sideways. Uranus has rings around it, although they are much smaller than Saturn's, and 27 known moons. Uranus is covered in blue clouds made of methane, which give it its lovely color. Very similar to Uranus is Neptune, the 8th planet from the Sun. Neptune is another gas giant, and like Uranus, it has methane in its atmosphere, so it also looks blue. Neptune is a darker blue than Uranus, and scientists aren't sure why. Neptune has a few thin rings and 14 moons that we know about. Because Neptune is so far out in space, it takes it a very, very long time to go around the Sun. Remember Mercury, that only takes 88 days to go once around the Sun? Poor Neptune takes over 164 years to finish an orbit around the Sun. The last time that Neptune was in the same place it is now was before the American Civil War, before computers, phones, airplanes, or cars had been invented. Neptune has the longest orbit of any planet in the solar system. Now you may think that I've forgotten someone. Pluto. Pluto was discovered in 1930 and was listed as the 9th planet in the solar system. As it was studied longer, scientists realized how small it is. It is much smaller than any other planet in the solar system, and even smaller than many other moons. Plus, people started to discover other small, rocky planet-like objects in space near Pluto. Some of them were even bigger than Pluto. In 2006, after 76 years being listed as a planet, Pluto was declared a dwarf planet to show that it was something that was like a planet but much smaller. There are at least 6 dwarf.
Okay. My dear student, we'll explain about the materials that is a solar system. So, my dear student, can you explain what is the solar system? What is the solar system? Can you describe about the solar system? You can answer it. Have a point. Okay. Is Jupiter no ground? Yeah, Jupiter no ground. Jupiter is a gaseous planet. Thank you for the question, Kak Nuril. You have a point. So what is the solar system? Who can answer it? Have a point. Okay. No one. No one. Okay, that's okay. This is our solar system. Nah, this is our solar system. Solar system is the object, all the object around the sun. Can you mention the each planet in our solar system? Maybe Kak Icha. Kak Icha, can you mention? Can you mention the planet in our solar system?
Semua planet.
Yes.
Sun, Mercury, Venus, Comet, Moon, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, Uranus.
Thank you very much, Kak Icha. Yeah, in our solar system, just have each planet. So, which the each planet? The sun is the planet? Is the sun is the planet? Maybe. So we'll go to the next slide. Our solar system has each planet. The word solar means of the sun, and at the center of the solar system is the sun. All planets go around the sun. We say they orbit the sun. Each time a planet makes one orbit of the sun, it completes a year, but these years are not all the same as our planets that are not far from the sun have the shorter years, and the planets are farther from the sun have a longer years. Okay, so we have each planet. The first one is Mars. No. Mercury, Venus, and the Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Saturn, and Neptune. So, Kak Nasya, can you read the Mercury and the describe of the Mercury? Kak Nasya?
The answer is I cannot read it.
You cannot read it. It's not clear.
Yes, it's yes.
I'm sorry. My dear student, you cannot read my slide.
I can.
I can, Miss.
I can.
Oh yes.
Kak
So
Nasya, please try. I know that you can read it. Come on.
read the Mercury. Yes, Mercury is the blah 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 blah.
Yuk, Kak Nasya.
Mercury is the closest planet to the sun and smallest planet in our solar system.
Very good. Thank you, Kak Nasya. So, for the second planet, Venus. Kak Osa, can you read it? Kak Osa, can you read it?
There is no Osa, Miss, I think. Osa is
there is.
absent today. Yeah.
Osa is
Yes.
action. Thank you, Miss Hesti. So, Kak Zia, can you read the Venus?
Venus.
Yes. Yes.
Venus is the second planet from the Sun. It's terribly hot, even hotter than Mercury, and its atmosphere is extremely sonus.
Yeah. Thank you, Kak Zia. Thank you very much. Uh, the next, the Mars. Yes, the Mars. Can Kak Nuril, can you read it? Can you read it?
Mars, the planet. Mars, the planet. Mars is actually a cold place. It's full of iron oxide dust.
Thank you
Jupiter.
very much. So the next planet is Jupiter. Kak Aymar, can you read it?
Jupiter is a gas giant and the biggest planet in our solar system.
Kak Aymar?
Jupiter is a gas giant and the biggest planet in our solar system.
Thank you. The next planet is Uranus. Uranus will be reading by Kak Mia. Kak Mia. Kak Mia?
Yes.
Yes, can you help me to read Uranus and describe about it?
I cannot see the. I cannot see your screen.
Oh, you cannot see. It's okay. It's okay. Kak Jasmine.
Yes, Miss.
Yes. Can you read about Uranus? Uranus is the blah 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 blah.
Uranus is the seventh planet from the Sun and the third biggest planet in solar system.
Thank you. So, the Saturn will be read by Kak Rizky. Kak Rizky, can you read about the Saturn planet? Sorry. Maybe my PPT is not okay for today. Okay. We live in the spatial planet. We live in which planet, my dear student? The Earth. Why the Earth spatial? Because it's the only one.
Which is land, animal, and moon.
Yes, you are right. Is the Sun a planet?
Sun is not a planet.
Yes. It's a star. Yes. Stars. It's only star that we can see in the daytime. It's a big star that near us. The sun is so very big, but it's so maybe so have a long. Any question, my dear student? If not, yes. Do you have any question? No. Okay, so the game time. Do you have a have you to I'm sorry. Have you played a word wall game? Word wall game? Okay. So I will copy the link. Please check your chat box and click this one. The word wall games. Can you play this game before?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So let's start to play.
Wait.
Don't forget to enter your name, input your name. And be careful because you just have 3 souls. Okay. You can read the question the bottom of your maybe this is if you have any you need help, you just talking to me. Yes, Kak Zia, do you have any concern? Wait.
Belum masuk nih. Miss belum masuk di WA.
Not clear, Miss Arinda. Your voice is not clear.
Is it still break time, Miss?
Miss Happy is still playing game, Miss.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yes.
listening.
Your sound is not clear, Miss.
Who? Who, Kaicha? Who's Miss? There are three misses here.
Then that's why. Miss Darling is cannot miss.
Miss Happy still mute, Miss.
Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you for good participation today. I'm a very love can can teach you. I have opportunities. Is the very excellent opportunities for me. Thank you very much for today. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Miss Happy. Say thank you, friends, to Miss Happy.
Thank you, Miss Happy.
Thank you, Miss Happy. What
You're
a nice
welcome.
experience. Thank you, Miss. Thank you so much. Alhamdulillah has done for my teaching
Alhamdulillah.
today. Alhamdulillah. Good job, Miss. Thank you.
Thank you.